Hello and welcome back to the Cars.co.za YouTube channel. My name is Chira Desieda and this is How to Buy a Car, sponsored and brought to you by Bosch Service Centers South Africa. Now, we're very proud of this concept. It seems to be going down very well with you, our beloved audience, because we go into a fantastic amount of detail on how to test drive, parts pricing, OEM pricing versus Bosch pricing, which is often the same part and you get it cheaper from Bosch, labor rates, and what it takes to keep a really good full service history in your book. A Bosch stamp is the stamp you want in your book, because remember, a full service history will support and hold your used car value. So we will be chatting to the experts at Bosch Service Durbanville. We've had a lot of fun making this series. It is very technical, but I'm learning so much myself, and I hope that you're enjoying learning with me. Right, before we get there, a word from our sponsors.
Cars.co.za, Cars.co.za. Let's find what moves you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am with Lee Colby in the motor for the first scene in this video. It's called How to Test Drive, and today we are testing a 2021 XL Spec 4x4. This is the bottom spec Ranger, so it has the 2-liter single turbo. First of all, Lee, how's it? Let me not be rude. Let me say hello to you.
Good to see you.
Yes, lovely to see you and lovely to work with you on this video. On this motor, let's talk about how to test drive this car. What sort of warning signs are we looking out for here, the critical ones, and what are we listening out for with our hearing?
Yeah. Okay, so when we test drive cars, the easiest way to tell that anything is wrong, obviously, is to look at the warning lights on the dashboard. Other than that, once you've started the car, you can check for warning lights, you can hear for irregular idling, and then you can pop it into gear if you don't hear anything.
That's called hunting, eh?
Yes, that's correct.
When the engine is not idling like a steady idle,
yeah. So then obviously if you do find the issue, you'd have to take it to a Bosch service center, have them look at the car and see what's wrong there. Further to that, if you don't find anything wrong at that point, then take the car for a test drive. So pop the car into gear, take it out on the road. Then what we typically check for on a service is we first check the aircon. Is the aircon blowing cold at its coldest temperature? Are there any hissing noises? If there are, it's generally an issue with the aircon system. And then we check it on max heat as well. Is the heater working? Are all of the flaps working? That's one of the first checks. We check the wipers. Are the wipers okay? It's a good telltale sign if the wipers are not in good condition. Did the person actually look after the car? Because when you're driving a car, that's the thing you see right in front of you all of the time. Yeah. So we check for wipers, we check for noises over bumpy roads or even on a straight road. Other than that, it's mostly like suspension issues. Is the steering straight when you're on a straight road? That will give you an indication of the wheel alignment. You check all of the features in the car. So do the electric mirrors work? Is the mirror adjustment okay? Do the lights inside the car work? Is the cubby lid okay? All of those types of things. Those are the basic checks that we do in the car. Yeah.
All right, now importantly, mileage, 164,000 here in a 4-year period. The car has seen some work, right? That's a 40-odd thousand a year, but the car feels good to me.
Yeah. So far, this car feels fine. Actually, the gearbox feels fine.
Yeah.
There's no stuttering. There's no delays.
So what I like to do with the car is I like to just put it in neutral a bit, see if it's revving smoothly. Yeah, that's revving quite nicely.
So far, so good.
Yeah, this car does have a full service history, and I think you can feel it. Eh?
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. This car's been well maintained.
Thanks, Lee. Okay, let's go into common problems, what to look out for, how much it costs to replace, etc., etc. It's going to be fun. I want to have some fun. I'm really enjoying the series with Bosch because I'm learning so much.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm really learning a lot. It's very lekker. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the part of the video where we discuss common problems with an engine or a car in general with a trained technician from Bosch. We are going to be talking about, this is the single turbo 2.2 displacement engine.
Yeah, that's correct.
Common problems. Lee, what do you see a lot of these in the workshop?
We do see quite a lot. There is a bit of a list of common issues. I can start from the cooling system, which is the main weak point, I'd say, of these cars. As soon as they get up to temperature above operating temperature, which is about 95, 100 degrees, these cylinder heads like to go, to be honest with you.
Cylinder heads.
The cylinder head, yeah.
That sounds expensive.
It is extremely expensive. We just had one recently where the thermostat actually was stuck open, so the car stayed cool instead of getting warm. But again, commonly on these things, if the coolant isn't maintained, so you can see here, you've got this pink color over here, like a reddish pink. A lot of times people will let them, if it leaks out, people just top it up with water, and then you've got a bigger concentration of water versus a 50-50 ratio.
You see, top tip, how to maintain your
Exactly,
range. You've got to put coolant in, and then you get that interesting color. If the cylinder head goes, what's the repair procedure there?
A repair procedure would usually be, we first strip to check. So what we'll do is we'll take off the timing cover, we'll take off the cylinder head and check if there's further damage. So everything around the engine that you can currently see here has to come off. Remove the cylinder head, send the cylinder head itself away for pressure testing and inspection. If they find that the head can be reused, they will just rebore everything out. We'll do a new head gasket set.
Rebore?
Yeah, so the bottom, they will maybe just clean out the bores. They'll skim a layer off the surface of the cylinder head as well as the top of the engine. And then put everything back together with new gaskets and everything.
My word! The way to avoid this is make sure you got no coolant leaks. If you see a coolant light on the dashboard, get it straight to a service center.
Exactly.
Stop the car.
I'd actually stop the car.
Really, stop the car.
I'd stop the car, have the car towed,
really,
and then have it looked at.
So that's how you save your engine.
Yeah.
Okay, wow, interesting. Okay, any other common points of failure that you know about?
Yes, on these, the turbo likes to go as well. The actual turbo
also sounds expensive.
Also quite expensive. It's a fairly easy job. It's a fairly easy job to do.
Is it over there
itself.
on your side?
So this is the alternator here. So it's just below the alternator over here. So it is a fairly easy job, but of course, having a turbo recon can cost quite a bit of money.
And one of the issues I've heard with some Ford engines, I know the EcoSport engine, that 1 liter, is you've got a wet belt.
That's correct.
So it's not timing chain.
No.
And the belt is essentially the reason it's called wet is it's surrounded by oil, right?
Exactly, yeah. So it basically takes the place of a timing chain. A timing chain runs in oil, as we all know. But then the wet belt system runs the cams, it runs the crankshaft, it runs the oil pump. And what happens is that because it's rubber, it deteriorates because of hot and cold, as well as it's
heat cycles.
It heat cycles, it's on metal parts. So it deteriorates, bits of it starts to break off, and it gets caught up in the oil pump's pickup. So then nothing can flow through the oil pump. Your bearings start going.
What are the pros and cons of a wet belt system? Because I don't know of another manufacturer that does that.
So I do actually know that Opel does it as well. Opel does the same thing, but I can't see a pro, to be honest with you. Maybe it's cheaper to manufacture than a timing chain itself, but I can't see any benefits to having rubber inside oil. Cons, obviously, it deteriorates a lot faster.
So if you need to do a wet belt here, you got to drain the engine, take the front of the engine off. Everything's got to come out here.
Oil pump, the bottom
of the engine. You
engine.
wouldn't do the engine out, right?
You can do it in place on some cars. On the EcoBoost engines, we do actually do it in place. On the Opels, you most likely have to take the engine out.
Jeez. And this one? Engine out.
These ones, no, you can also do this in place. It's very tight though, but you can technically do it in place.
And how can, if I go test drive one of these, is there any way, because you cannot see that belt.
No, you can't.
So does the manufacturer recommend a mileage point or an age point at which the belt should be replaced?
Yeah, so it's what they call condition-based servicing. So the two conditions would be time or mileage, whichever comes first. So they have in your service book, you'll see there's different service intervals, and they will tell you what they recommend as being the correct time or mileage to do it after a certain amount of years of mileage. But most of the time, they go before that.
Okay. They go before that. When they recommend.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
that's what we've had.
Word.
And that's why they actually catch up to you, because you, as an owner of the car, you expect it to last the lifetime that the manufacturer recommends. But
like a chain would last.
Exactly. A chain lasts a lot longer.
Unless it stretches maybe, or the gears, the socket,
or the tensioner,
the sprockets, or
or the tensioner goes,
Woo! This engine is just a party, eh?
Yeah. Fords are a lot of fun. Yeah.
And on that bombshell, it's time to end the show. Thank you very much for watching. Okay, Lee, we're going to move on now. Sean, what's next? Mr. Lee.
Yes, sir.
Your friends call you Bruce Lee.
No. My friends call me Lee. One syllable, so it's simple enough.
Can I call you Bruce Lee?
Sure, yeah.
All right, let's take a look at some of the parts we have for this car from Bosch. Now, quite interestingly, you said to me that some of the OEM parts are Bosch parts, but
Yes,
you
that's
get them
correct.
cheaper here than at the agents,
That's
right?
correct. Yeah.
That's so interesting. So what here would be an OEM part that's also a Bosch part?
I would say some of these filters. So this is the air filter over here.
Yeah.
And I would say the oil filter.
Yeah.
And even the cabin filter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then these are what you'd call aftermarket.
That's
so these are
aftermarket,
your
yeah.
shoes.
The
I
brake
remember
pads, yeah.
brake pads. Sorry.
Yeah.
Now it says shoes for the drum brakes at the back. Now, obviously, when it comes to servicing your vehicle, you want genuine parts. Now, often the manufacturer part is the Bosch part, but this would be known as aftermarket, and you'll definitely get it more affordable here than
Correct.
at the agent. Now, let's go through these Scheibenbremsbelacher, also known as plaquettes de frein. So French is always more eloquent. Okay, so when you come in for a major service, we'll put that on the screen for you. When you come in for a minor service, we'll put that on the screen with parts pricing as well.
Yeah.
But now take us through something that would be a condition-based service, which I imagine would be what you've got over there on your side.
Yes, so condition based would be again time and mileage dependent. So this would be more mileage dependent. I'll speak on first. So things like the brake pads, the brake shoes and drums, as well as the brake discs. So it is difficult to estimate what a brake disc and a brake pad's life is. It depends on the user of the car, how often you brake, how hard you press
How
the
hard
brake
you brake,
pedal.
yeah.
All of these
Mechanical
types of
sympathy
things.
saves you money.
Exactly. Yeah,
it does,
exactly.
eh? It really
Yeah.
does. Gentle on your brakes. Use your engine braking, gear down. Lee.
Yeah, so brake
yeah.
pads can last anywhere from 60,000 to 150,000 kilometers. We've seen here. It
And
can
the
last
discs?
quite long. The discs usually closer to the higher end, so you can get about 3 to 4 sets of brake pads on a set of discs. Again, it depends on the use case, the owner of the car, the actual moisture in the road as well. A lot of times, when the brake pad itself is wet, you keep throwing hot metal with cold water, you can wear through the brake disc, you can glaze it, all of those things.
Interesting. Lee, just in summary, can you take us through, you don't have to mention every part, but major service, what's going in and out of the car, and minor service, what's going in and out of the car?
Okay, so just parts replacement wise, on a major service, you do all the filters. So you do the oil filter as well as the oil change. You'll do the cabin filter, so this one here, as well as the air filter. And on the diesels mainly, you do the fuel filter as well. Yeah, so the cabin filter literally sits inside the cabin of the car. It is a pollen and dust filter. So everything that comes through your aircon vents, it first has to go through here before you actually...
And
before it
diesel
goes in.
fumes and all the rest.
That's
of it.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quite an important part to replace.
Yeah.
How often should you replace a cabin filter?
I would say inspect it on every service. So even if it's a minor service, still inspect it. A lot of times if you live close to trees or where there's a lot of pollen in the air, it can actually stick to the cabin filter and then you won't get air flowing through it. So I would say on every single service, inspect it, and if it needs to be done, then replace it.
You also sometimes get that like wet dog smell.
Yes.
When the
So then
cabin
you definitely
filter's
need
got
to...
moisture on it.
Yeah.
And that can actually be bad for you. It gets mold and everything.
It can. So what we do here is that we've got a disinfectant spray that we spray on every cabin filter before it goes in. So on a brand new cabin
interesting.
filter, before it goes in, we spray the disinfectant spray here.
Okay.
So it passes through everything.
Next up, under the car. You ready?
Let's go.
Now jacking this up with sideboards must be a bit tough, eh? Side steps.
It's quite tricky, yes.
Okay, so let's see how we do that.
Okay.
So if you've got side steps on your car, the Bosch people know how to work around it. Let's have a look under this vehicle. Now, first things first, why is everything sprayed black here?
Generally, we've seen this happen whether it's car dealers or people just trying to sell their car. It can cover up a lot. So whether there's rust spots or if there's actual like minor damages, the actual spray paint can cover all of those things up.
And what is this? It looks like almost like bucky lining, like
It
bed
is
lining.
generally it's bed
bed
liner.
lining?
Some of it is enamel. So
Yeah.
like this is normally the black engine enamel. So that's heat protective. It's quite durable as well. But the main purpose is actually to cover things up.
Would the original owner or one of the owners have done it? Maybe
Possibly, yes.
to protect because it's not an alloy chassis, right?
No.
So you
it could
can
be,
do
no.
it to protect it.
Yes.
But now, can you pick up anything which might be covered up by this?
Personally, yes, I can see over here.
Yeah.
So you're in the area of the shock. So
Yeah.
you can see this little thick like build-up here.
Yes.
That's generally the grease that runs down from here. So instead of wiping it off and then spray painting, it looks like they just spray painted over everything to cover up a possible leak here on the shock.
So this dealer who gave us the car, they haven't had it for long. I
Okay.
suspect it came to them like that. But that's really interesting advice. If if you get under a car, when you go inspect the car, I mean, you don't need to get it on a lift.
No.
Right? You just
can
literally
just
lie on the floor
yeah.
and you will see this black stain.
Yeah.
And it's right through the whole car, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, is that expensive to do?
To do it yourself, not really, but to get someone to do it, yes, definitely, because they use like a spray gun, they use a specific type of spray, there's a lot of labor involved in doing it. It must go on the lift.
Wow, that's very interesting. Never seen that on a car before. See, we're all learning today together. Okay, so just take us through, how would you see whether the car's had some accident damage, and what can you look out for on just a normal test drive with your naked eye?
Yeah. So on a bucket, it's a little bit easier to tell. So you see this tray over here. If there's any dents in here, either it hit a rock or something, or it climbed a curb even. So the easiest tell is this tray over here. Further than that, you can look at the actual suspension. So you'll see there's certain curvatures to the control arms. There's positions where the shock would fit in. If there's any dents or something's out of place, you can generally compare the left side to the right side.
And also maybe if the components look newer, like the shocks don't match.
100%, yeah. And the other way is, I don't know if you can see it here, but you will see these little ribs inside this. So this is what they call a concentric bolt, and it's used for wheel alignment. If you can see there's a massive difference between that one and this one, it means that it shifted.
To my eye, it looks fine.
Yeah. So then definitely you'll know the alignment is out or that was an accident. Yeah.
In
so
your
this looks
opinion,
clean.
it looks fine, eh?
Yeah, this looks clean.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Should we head to the back of the car and take a look there?
Yes, let's do that.
Just on discs and pads, can you see that with the naked eye?
You can. So if you, I can show you quickly.
Should we walk around here? Yeah. I'll come with you. Yeah.
So generally, the easiest way to tell if the car's on the floor, you'll see the disc has an end over here. So if you can feel a ridge, you can just take it with your nail. If you can feel that.
Little bit.
Can you feel a little bit?
Yeah.
So that's the location. If you can visibly see it to the naked eye and you can actually see a lip, then generally you can either skim the brakes or you would have to replace it. So that's when we measure it.
So you bring it here, you measure the safety margin, the technical margin, and then you recommend to customers skim, which is cheaper, or you've got brake discs, which we saw on the trolley.
To replace them, yeah. That's correct.
Interesting. Okay. To the back of the car, Sean, what do you think? Dakota? Let's go. It's a long walk to the rear. Alrighty, Mr. Lee, back of the vehicle. Now, this being a 4x4, if it was front wheel drive, you wouldn't see a diff or anything like that. So how do we inspect a 4x4 vehicle? And the nice thing is it's a bucky, so you can actually get under the car on the test drive, wear some old clothes, jump under the car. What are we looking for?
So generally speaking, if you're standing behind the car and you're just going to purchase the car, you can see the diff quite easily. So check for any obvious leaks, for any obvious damages. First thing we do obviously check is the spare wheel itself, the condition of the wheel, and it actually has a hanger, so you can just knock the wheel. If it shakes about too much, you know it's not secure or it's been out before. We don't typically check the leaf springs, so these are the leaf springs over here. We don't typically check those. However, we do check the shocks for leaks, just like we do in the front of the car. But generally speaking, this is a very good example.
This is neat, eh?
It is quite neat.
I mean, there's not even a single scratch or dent here on the shock mounting, which makes me think this thing has actually not really been off-road.
No, it's just
probably not even gravel.
Literally just dust on the car.
So a good way to check if a car's had a soft life, let's say, is just to look for scratches and cracks and dents on the diff, because the diff is the lowest hanging part of the car. Am I correct in saying that? Yes, that's correct. And then your shock towers, this is fairly thin metal, so that will any sort of knock and you're going to see something there. Fuel tank is over there. Hey, how do we just check that for health?
The fuel tank, you basically just check the hangers, so you'll see it has like a U-shaped hanger on the tank itself, so you can see if it moved. So if something has been there for a while, there's dust buildup around it. If you can see a mark in the dust buildup, you can see that the tank's been moved, or something knocked the tank and it shifted the tank itself. If those are okay, the car's okay.
Top tip for everyone, and we'll show you quickly how to read the age of a tire. Now, the research I've done, insurance companies are not too bothered by an age of a tire within reason. What they're worried about is condition. So if a spare is in terrible shape, it's something to look at so you know what cost you're in for, because if you have an accident on the spare and the assessor rules that the accident might have been because of a bad wear on a tire or a poor tire, your claim can actually be rejected. Which is, in a total loss of the vehicle, then you're paying off a vehicle for the rest of your life just because of a bloody spare. All right. Have you seen that scene in Deadpool? Have you watched Deadpool?
Yes, sir.
Where that lady, the first one, where she jumps off a building and she lands like this.
And
then Deadpool's like, superhero landing. And then Deadpool's like, looks good, but it's very hard on the knees.
100%.
I'm getting old. I'm channeling my inner Derek Watts, big hero of mine, and I'm walking towards camera while using hand gestures. Now, if you already run your own technical center, your own workshop, and you're looking to take it to a globally recognized world-class level, Bosch Service South Africa is looking for passionate partners to partner with to do just that. We'll put their contact details in the YouTube description. Get in touch with them. I'm here with Jean Lombard, the proprietor of this fine establishment. Jean, how are you, sir?
Hi, how are you?
Laka. Jean has established and operates a number of Bosch service centers around South Africa, of which there are 120. Jean, thanks for your time. Tell us a bit about your story. How did you get into this industry? How did you team up with Bosch?
Okay, so I qualified as a Toyota technician, 98,
right?
Very time, a long time.
What were you doing there?
Yeah, cleaning the cars. And then we...
That's very funny.
Then I started my own business in around 2000, worked on my own privately for a couple of years. And in 2010, I went for training at Bosch head office, just as an independent to do their training. They've got a good training facility, excellent training facility in Midrand. And one of the trainers there started chatting to me about becoming a Bosch, and I was very intrigued and joined them in 2010. And we just grew from strength to strength after we joined. Very nice brand to belong to. Yeah.
Would you say that partnering with Bosch accelerated your success in the industry?
Definitely, yeah. You know, you meet with other Bosches, you learn from other Bosches.
Bosches.
So, yes, definitely. And also just using the name, you know, being part of the name. You know, we've got our own Bosch Parts, from filters to brakes. There's no other aftermarket service centers that's got their own parts.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying.
So we're the only people, you know, batteries, wipers, globes. So anything you need, you can get in-house from us.
Are you seeing at the moment a trend in vehicles that are increasingly complicated? Maybe just more ECUs, electronic control units, that sort of thing?
Yes. Most vehicles of today are fuel injected, which means they have control units controlling that fuel injection. And Bosch, a majority of vehicles, design those systems that go into that vehicles. So we've got first-hand...
Oh, I see. The actual ECU is a Bosch unit.
Most vehicles.
Really?
Yeah. I would say strong on the Europeans.
Yeah.
But I've even seen the Chinese vehicles and all kinds of other brands.
Bosch ECUs?
With Bosch
Wow.
ECUs.
I didn't know that.
So they manufacture. So we've got the diagnostic capability to talk to the...
And they just talk to each other.
the vehicles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
No, very cool.
Yeah.
Sean, how many branches do you have?
I personally have 4 branches. So we've got Randburg, Auto Superior. We've got this branch, Durbanville, which we opened in COVID.
Sure.
Yes.
I know how that feels.
Everybody said we were mad. I thought I was mad.
And here you are.
And here we are. The people loved that we were in the area, and we were warmly welcomed. And then we opened Tiger Valley in 2022, and we just opened up in George as well.
Oh wow!
So first Bosch Car Service in George for a while.
It's a nice drive at least.
Yes, yes. Yeah,
or
beautiful.
A quick flight.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
Lekker. Mr. Jean Lombard, thank you for your time, sir. Thank you for letting us invade your space here.
Thank you.
And we are, me and the team, Sean and Dakota, are going to do our best to show off your facility and chat to your mechanics and cover this Ford Ranger and how to test drive, common problems, parts replacement, how much cost to service, everything you need to know if you're keeping a single turbocharger Ford Ranger on the road.
Cars.co.za. Let's find what moves you.